Golf mates, welcome down to another video. Today, this video is perfect for you. If you're a 12 handicapper up to a 40 handicapper, this video will dramatically cut your handicap.
Liam and I have spent hours going over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of statistics from shotscope. And out of all those statistics, we think we've found a way to lower your handicap and get your scores down. If you're a handicap from 12 to 40, it's not all about technique, it's about strategy. So we've devised some systems and some ideas that we're going to pass on to you. We hope you'll like them. We think they're really good using all this data, and we're going to take a 20 handicap golfer, play a hole of golf with him and show you exactly what we mean by the strategy to lower your scores. Right, golf mates, what I want you to do is go and get a scorecard from the course that you play week in, week out, or where your society plays quite regularly. This is Tower Links here. Tower Links, quite a difficult golf course. And what I want you to do is put your handicap onto the par. Okay, so the par here is 72. Now what we're doing today is we're working with a 20 handicap golfer. Now interestingly enough, at Tower Links, that's 24 because of the course handicap system. Do that with yours as well. So if you're off 18 but you actually play off 20, do that. And then work through really honestly the scorecard and find out what your par is. So for example, the first hole here that we're going to play is a par 4. But it's the first hole and it's quite difficult. So what we say is, I don't expect a 4. My handicap says it's going to be a 5, but I'm going to give myself a 6. So this hole is a par 6. And you do that right the way through the card and you find out what the actual par for your course is. So for a 20 handicap around here, the par is 93.
Right, so the first hole, Graham just said it's a 6. We're going to plant it as a par 6. That's because ShotScope and the data say that 30% of people who shoot in the 90s lose a double ball get on the first hole. So we've come to the conclusion with stats and data that we're going to treat this opening hole as a par 6. So we've got plenty of assurance and we're going to treat it as a traffic light system. Red, zone, don't want to go in. Amber, you're okay. Green, happy days. Graham, what are you seeing for this?
Well, that's it. The whole key is, and you can do this in advance, again, this happens before you get to the golf course, is hole by hole, work out what's a red zone, don't want to go there, what's an amber zone, I can kind of live with that, and what's a green zone. So what we've got here is got a 350-yard par 4, okay, it's over water, so that's quite tricky, but there's a huge amount of fairway at about 160. Now, if we're playing this as a par 6, which it now is, not a par 4, there's no point in taking driver when we've got all that trouble and all that mess down there. It's 130 yards to clear the water, so the key thing is as a club that can do that, and what we're going to select for our guinea pig Pressley is a 6 iron.
Right, so here's our guinea pig. Pressley, 20 handicap, he's got driver in hand, that's what he wants to hit. We've already explained to you, you're hitting that, don't need to know what it is, fire away young man.
Okay, okay.
And your line is the bunker with the floodlight. Lovely.
I do not think you could have played that any better, mate. The statistics that ShotScope have given us show us that the first tee is often where it all starts to go wrong. Get that out of your game. You don't want to play that game, that's for the other people. Your game is 6 iron, is it that, what, 180? Right down there, absolutely happy as, cannot be more relaxed as he leaves the first tee. That's your first start.
And we'll say, I'll just jump in, whatever club you hit, that 160, 180, is the club for you there, your favourite club. That's it.
That's it.
Young or
your
old.
choice. You decide.
How well has Pressley done? Right, now if you make sure you like and subscribe, you can be in a giveaway and say, Pressley, I want your ShotScope. So golf mates, well done. Get in the giveaway. Let's see how Pressley finishes this hole. Right, Presley's hit an absolute fantastic shot here. We have got 180 in. So stats. People who shoot in the 90s have got 20% chance of hitting that green in regulation. Presley's already said he would hit a 7 wood here. Graham, would you agree? The danger zone is all front and right.
Absolutely. Let's look at the traffic light system now, guys. You've got a very narrow green, bunkered right the way across the front, bunkered at the back, heavily defended green. Really tricky. Is that something, when this is a par 6, don't forget, you're in here in 1. Do you want to be playing the architect's game here and taking all that on? I don't think so. I think what you want to be doing here is going left, left, left and leaving yourself a really straightforward chip down the green. Red light, amber and green. The green is over here. Over there is red. Now, one thing, you've already worked this out at home, golf mates, this takes a lot of discipline. So what I would suggest you do, instead of doing this in a comp, is go out one afternoon on your own and genuinely play this game and see how you get on. Have you got the discipline to do it, and will it give you the results? I think it will.
So you want to be aiming for the flag.
Flag.
The big flag?
Yeah, 9-9, and you find it's not, that's your target, mate. Not always you can do what you want, but you've got to have that clear plan.
Right, Press, trust the process, mate. Nice little 9-9. Straight that flag. Oh,
Swing.
mate. Oh, mate.
You've just made this hole so easy
mate.
now.
Never in a million years would it ever enter Prez's mind to hit a 9-iron there. It's not going to happen. But let's just see what happens next, and let's show you why it's the right decision. Right, Press, so you've laid it up into the most fantastic place here.
Yep.
You've taken all the trouble out. You've hit it 140, beautiful 9-iron, in this great big area here, loads of misses. You've got 50 yards to the pin. What club are you going to take?
I have got a 56 degree.
Of course you have.
Yep.
Of course you got a 56. That's what everybody plays. But hang on a minute. On the traffic light system, ShotScope tells us that at least 4 times in a round of golf, from this exact position, somebody who shoots over 90 is going to make a Horlicks of it. I'm going to drop at least 2 shots from here, through the stroke, whatever it may be, the shot. So what I'm going to suggest to you is there's a different way of doing this. And I'm going to take this 56 off you.
Okay.
And we're going to have an 8-iron, and we're going to do a little bump and run, just like a putting stroke. As long as you're on the green, perfect, and you can't really miss it this shot. And it's just going to be a putting, think you've got a putter, and it's just lift your hands up a bit so it's toe up, and it's just a putting stroke. There's not really much technique with that. It might look simple, but it is simple, Presley. You're not going to hit your wedge, fin it, shank it, apple turn over. This will be the easiest way. So, Prez,
Yep.
it's in a ball, but because it's going to go low, it'll get on the green somehow. Trust me, it's not an hard shot, and you're going to pull this off. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because it's so straightforward, you pick your landing zone, just like Liam's done. You saw that at the bottom there. Yeah. And you just hit like a long putt, keep your head nice and still, and then all you're trying to do is get this on the green, Prez.
Okay, okay.
All the pressure's off you.
So just lift it up.
That's it. Just like a nice long putt, chip and run.
That's beautiful.
Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Better than finning it.
What did you say?
Better than finning it.
Better than thinning it.
What happens if you fin it?
You're gone.
Yeah, chunking it.
That he's played that great, but Graham's going to show you this. What happens, because it always can't be right, if he's shot when in the red zone and he's gone to the right. We're going to show you now a get out of jail. It's just like Monopoly, isn't it?
Absolutely. We find ourselves rather obviously in the red zone. So let's say that second shot you hit, let's just say you thinned it or you topped it. If you're a 20 handicap golfer, it's going to happen. Don't be hard on yourself. But you've got yourself into this position here. You've got no green to work with. You've got bunkers in front of you. You've got everything going wrong. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You strategize your way out of it. You actually think your way out of it and think, right, okay, I'm here, I'm stuck. What you do need is 1 or 2 little tips. Now, if anybody has the time to do it, go on YouTube and instead of watching Golf Mates, which is clearly the best channel there is, go and have a look at Phil Mickelson's short game. He does 1 short game video and he has 2 ways of doing it. And it's all with ball position. There's 2 places you should already have the ball when you chip. It should be either outside your back foot or outside your front foot. Never in the middle. Now, you might say, I've never heard anything as ridiculous in my life, but it's all about the bounce on the bottom of the club. For a 20 handicap golfer, we don't particularly want to think about that. We want nice, simple things. Red light, green light, front or back. Basic, simple stuff. Now here, obviously, we've got to get the ball in the air. So what I'm going to suggest you do here, golf mates, is with your hands ever so slightly forward, is have that ball off your front foot. And because it's off the front foot, the club's further through, you're going to get more height. Practice it at home. The second thing is, where's our red light and where's our green light? All the room is over there on the right-hand side. So if we're trying to fiddle with this flag here, we're actually making it more of an amber or a red shot. Don't be afraid to go, actually, I'm not going anywhere near the pin here. I'm going over there because it's a much safer shot. So that's actually what I'm going to attempt to do. I'm going to try and get the ball in the air off my front foot and I'm going further. So this is one that Prez will be able to do in a minute. So there we go, my hands are slightly further forward, 56-degree wedge. And I'm going out there to the right. Now, you know, you might be thinking for a 2-handicap golfer, that's not particularly good. You could have gone at the pin. But I'm not that bothered about the pin. I'm playing as Pressley as a 20-handicap golfer. What I've done there is I've got the ball in the air nicely off my front foot, not off my back foot, we'll come to later. Nice and easy, put it in a position there where I've actually got a putt for a 4 from a red zone. I've changed the game to my benefit. I've changed a red to a green. So come on in here, get yourself stood in there. Off that front foot, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Just like that with your hands further forward.
Like that.
And right through that ball now, pal. And that is awesome.
Jesus,
That's
don't mess
it.
around, mate.
You don't need me. Holy cow. I didn't see that one coming, pal.
You
That
didn't,
was-
you had your back turned.
Prez, that's fantastic. You've gone from a red zone
To a green.
to a green.
Yeah.
And that is just through a tiny little bit of technique. But what's important, forget the technique, what's important is the way you're thinking. It's your strategy, the discipline of red and green strategy. Right, Prez, so this is your first ball. You've played your 6-iron, your 9-iron, and your little chip-in run 8-iron. It's a par 6, and we've actually got this for a 4, which is actually a 2. So we're in good shape. So what are we looking at here? A lot of golfers, they just spend so much time on the line, but what I want you to do is imagine a metre around that hole, a huge area. If you can get it into there, that's the 2-putt zone. So you've got your line, you're not bothered about, all you're thinking now is pace. So when I'm over my ball, I'm still looking at the hole. I'm teaching my brain by looking at that hole, and constantly, you'll see them on TV, they look at the hole all the time. They're not looking at line when they look at the hole, they're looking at pace, trust me. So you've got into that position here, you're thinking, right, I need to get this dustbin lid, and all I've worked on here is pace. That's all I'm interested in, nothing else. Now, it's just come a little bit short there, but I'm really pleased with that. I didn't hole it, but it's within that little area there, which is exactly where we need to be. And that, frankly, does come down to feel and practice. But what you'll agree with is we all might want to stand on the tee and hit it 390 like Rory McIlroy does.
Yep.
We can't. But what we can do, every single golfer on the planet, with a little bit of practice and skill, is we can putt very similar to him. So, have a really good look at that hole. We've got it somewhere down the right. Don't worry about the line too much.
Yep.
It's pace.
A bit too short, huh?
Great example.
It is,
Great
isn't it?
example. Because it's a downhill putt. Your brain's telling you this is quite quick, but
Yeah.
it's quite a long putt. So what you've done there by that, obviously you got the pace wrong, is you've brought 3-putt into play.
Yes.
So that's a great example there, golf mates, of how he's plotted his way beautifully to that point, but pace has let him down.
Nothing to do with line. Nothing to do with line.
Line's beautiful, no problem with the line. Pace, make pace your best friend. That's where all your practice should be, pace of putts. Should we have another go?
Yeah. Now, golf mates, just watch this little video. This is a great tip for learn your pace.
A coin drill. This is a great drill to help understand how the putter should work, but a lot of people are trying to keep the coin on the putter all the time, which is the incorrect way to putt.
So keep it, what do you mean?
So we're going to place the coin on the putter here,
Yep.
and they're trying to keep the coin on the putter all the way through the stroke. Now,
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
no, because the putter should accelerate on the way through. So at the back of the stroke, the coin should stay there. And
Right.
this drill, if you get it right, really helps with tempo and distance control.
Which I need, don't I?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And if you can get this right, save 1 or 2 shots on the green.
Oh, absolutely.
Your handicap comes down quicker than anything, 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah, turn the 3-putts into 2-putts.
So the second thing we can do about this is actually try and gauge. All we're trying to do is constantly train our brain to understand how hard we have to hit that putt. So let's just have a wander down. We know it's downhill. We can see the greens are quite slow.
Yep.
For out here, they're quick for home, but for out here. But what we can see is once it gets to the bottom of the hill here, you've still got another 5 yards of putt.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just, all the time, you're just getting that in your brain. You're just thinking, yeah, the computer's taking over. I'm getting all that. And I want to hit this into the green light zone, which is a metre all the way around there. A metre around the holes, green light. So that's it. Not too much work on line. We're not that bothered about the line. We're just bothered about the pace. Pressley, you legend, you absolute legend. Your brain has taken all that information and given you a lovely stroke to put you directly in the green zone, mate. Beautiful. Well played, pal. As good as that shot was, golf mates, it's actually still not over now. In a match play, you'd probably give Pressley that, but you still got to finish it off. So what I want you to do is no tap-ins, no one-handers, just as much concentration goes into that shot, lining the putter up, nice smooth shoulders, as it would do into the rest of it. Finish the job off.
A shot is a shot. Putt or 300-yard drive.
Superb, superb, Press. Mate, you just scored a 5 on a seriously hard hole, and you've hit 6 iron, 9 iron.
And you would never do that, Press, would you?
Never.
And on your little scorecard, the par for this hole, because it's the first hole and you're a bit nervous, is a 6. You're writing down a 5. You're 1 under par to your score. 1 under par to your par.
So on that hole now, he's actually got 3 shots to play with.
Absolutely.
He could get a 7 and it's a par. It's a net par, because we're playing to net par. The big key is play to your net par in your head, not par of the hole. And any par you get is a big bonus. If you want to see more of these videos, let us know in the comments below, because we've got so much data from ShotScope. One on tour as a caddy, I'm a good plotter, excellent golfer. We've got a great pupil here, so if you want to see more, get in the comments, and we've got loads more of this. So golf mates, thank you for watching, and Pressley, well done, sir.
Thank you.